We call it an abomination right there.
That's it. Now that's the Chris. That's what I wanted to mention. Looking at it again last week, is like they got us practicing sunrise services, and I was looking at that. I noted that last time we was looking at this video, and God had a problem with that one.
Exactly.
He had a big problem with
Yes.
that one. Let me see, where is Ezekiel?
It's right.
Did I miss it there?
No, right there. Yeah.
8, right?
8, verses 16 and 17.
I was like, wait a minute.
And you know the other thing too is people, while you're doing that, you know when God has an abomination, He calls a lot of things abomination.
Yeah.
That means it's dead wrong.
Woo!
You know, and people
Dead wrong.
need to pay attention to that because you know how we selectively
Come on now.
take sins.
Come on.
You know, and like let me just way stretch this. Now I get the whole thing about homosexuality and all that, but that's an easy target.
That's an easy target.
He said the same thing about this. See
Hmm.
what I'm getting at?
Yes, sir.
And see, that's where I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Because you know, again, that's all Satan's got to do. He just gotta
Suddenly
move
put
us.
something there.
Yeah, you know, and woo, man.
I was wondering, Chris, why some people used to go to seminary and they come out changed and some of them just stop altogether.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Because
You're
they were
exact-
exposed to truth information. And wait a minute. What's up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now listen to this. I found it's a book called The Two Babylons. It was written in 1855 by a Christian minister, Alexander Hislop. But here's what he said about this. He claimed that the Catholic Church was a millennial-old secret conspiracy founded by Cyril Manus and the biblical king Nimrod to propagate the pagan religion of ancient Babylon.
Yeah. And that's what they was referencing, that guy in that video.
Yes.
Hislop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just wanted you to know, brother, that he was referencing that. Go ahead and read that for us.
Verses 16 and 17. And he brought me into the inner courts of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord.
Hey, Chris, bro, I'm sorry. Read 15. I like 15.
15. All right, starting at 15. Then said he unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man?
You see this?
Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these.
Woo!
And he brought me into the inner courts of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord.
Back to the
Their
temple.
backs towards the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east, and they worshipped the sun towards the east.
And if you went to 14,
Sunrise,
he
sir.
told you what he
Oh, what, 14?
He said,
Go ahead.
Go
He
about
talks
14.
about,
What's
when he talks about, he brought me to the north gate of the Lord's temple, and some women were sitting there weeping for the god Tammuz.
Oh, there she is right
And
there.
then he said, have you seen this? He said, yeah. But I'll show you even more detestable sins than that.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. So, he said, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Come here.
And if you think that's bad,
Yeah, he said, he said, if you think that's bad, now he's getting ready to do what you was reading there, Brother Jack.
wow. And
And
verse.
see, like what you said there. See, I was trying to, when I was reading it, I said, see, this English, King's English stuff kind of, I can't really get, because when they said they put the branch to the nose, I'm thinking, what is that? But in mine they said it's like he's snubbing the nose at it. Actual words, it's like, that was 17, right? Yeah, the thumb of the nose at it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Basically, you know.
Because they put their back against it.
Mm-hmm.
We turn our back on them. Go ahead and
Verse 17. Then he said unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? It is a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here. For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger. And lo, they put the branch to their nose.
Didn't know that.
See,
Woo!
it's a light thing to them, but hey,
He said,
He ain't
I,
looking
mean,
at it that way.
I know it. He was mad because he even said what 18 said. Verse 18
18.
said.
Therefore will I also deal in fury.
Uh-huh.
Mine eyes shall not spare.
Come on.
Neither will I have pity.
Ah.
And though they cry in mine ears
Uh-huh.
with a loud voice, yet will I not hear them.
I will not hear them. He just saying, oh, y'all playing with me.
Wow.
Y'all playing with me. And you think I'm going to sit there and fool around with you? And so the question is, and one of the things Brother Jackson did in the video, because you don't have time to see all of it, it's the fact is that they saying is if you ask a pastor, which I would like you to do, does he know that? And you know what he going to say? Now, you said no. We said in that video that a lot of them do know it. They did.
They know.
What's that, Chris?
Yeah, they know.
They know. Because if they went to seminary, they know it. But they still let it perpetuate either way. And like you said, and we talk about from homosexuality or talking about abomination, he said this is greater abomination.
And one reason, see, and I, first of all, y'all know I ain't no medical person, but you know the homosexual thing, that has to do with that sin nature in us and how things have been corrupted.
Right.
But there's something about saying, okay, I get that. But see, when you willfully turn your back on God,
Come on.
you know, like you having a conversation with me, I don't like what you're saying, so I just turn around. See, that's, hey, you saying, you went to the core of, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I think when you know, people, we try to pick and choose these different things. And when I say we, I'm
I'm with you.
Yes, that don't seem, it seems light to you, but that is a big issue.
That's a big issue.
And that don't have nothing to do with, okay, you trying to overcome something that you're in, and you trying to, you know, deny yourself. I get that, but
Yes,
see,
sir.
you on your own.
Yes, sir.
Turn your back on me, and you worship the pagan
Come on,
God,
man.
that's something that don't even exist.
Come on. Matter of fact,
I got a problem.
matter of fact, that
I mean,
goes with the first commandment.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt have no other
Mm-hmm.
God
Mm-hmm.
before me.
Mm-hmm.
And you turned your back on me.
Mm-hmm.
And you worship the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I created.
Right?
And think that's greater than me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many stars up there?
Amen to that.
You looking at this
Yeah,
one little
yeah.
sun, a little sun too. And there's billions of suns out there
Uh-huh.
that I created.
Mhm.
And you gonna worship that.
Uh-huh.
They gave you no life.
Mm.
Wow.
That is wild.
That's what he
a wild.
said, abomination. Because
Mhm.
that actually goes against the commandments himself,
Mhm.
10 commandments.
Mm.
And they did it in the house of the Lord. That's what he was doing. That's right. He was more offended than more anything else. You doing it in my house.
Right. In my house.
In my house.
Mhm.
I mean, y'all, I gave y'all a tent so y'all could travel around. Remember that? And then Solomon said he would go build, David would build a house for me.
Mhm.
I told David, go build your own house. But he still was insistent of building a house for me.
Mhm.
All right, so you built my house. And then you got the audacity to go in on the front porch, turn your back toward the house, and worship a created thing. That's why he was mad on that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, therefore will I also deal in fury. My eyes shall not spare. No pity. That's a beatdown. And that's Chris. That was a beatdown. That's like you call mama, you call daddy, anybody, you gonna get a beatdown today.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what he basically said. He said, I won't even hear your cries.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it is something.
Yet the question is, Brother Jackson, is that I wanted to bring up because I know last Sunday you had the sunrise service.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they do it throughout the whole land, in this country and throughout this world. And yet, this right here, that scripture is saying this is a great abomination.
Because Baal worship was supposedly Nimrod, Ashtaroth, all of these came out of Nimrod.
Yeah.
And it said that Nimrod was worshipped as a god, even to the Greek nations, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. That's what some of that video was talking about. Nimrod was a bad. Chris and I talked about it last week. That he was a very powerful person.
He ruled the nations when all men traveled together.
Yeah, and you know, and the fact that the Bible only show a very small, brief statement of them.
The
You
great
know,
hunter.
Yeah,
They
the great
call it
hunter.
The great hunter.
I was like, I said, what's up with that? In other words, I never even focused on him.
But we look
Like
at
talking about.
the nations that came out of him, Babel.
Hmm.
Babel was built by Nimrod.
Yeah, he's the founder of it.
Yeah.
And
The
the,
one they were resurrecting back then for Horus, the sun god, and we have now we worship everything on Sunday, and we getting back to your Sunday service because, like you said, it took just enough, turn the whole thing.
twist it a little bit on. Yeah.
Mhm.
All I gotta do is put an ounce of line in every what you doing, and I'm gonna take it off.
And just ask the man. I just
And
wanted
then
to
went from there, and
say.
it's going.
Do you can you tell us? You know what the origin of Easter is? He gonna say, yeah. I know. Okay. What about sunrise service? Yeah. How about Easter eggs? Yeah.
But
You didn't know the Easter egg was what? You know the actual the painting of the Easter egg came from?
No, I don't.
little baby's blood after they killed all these little kids.
They painted the body. They painted the eggs with blood. Sacrifice. That's where the coloring came from.
Wow.
That's deep. Yeah, but it's all intertwined. So what I'm more interested in is look how long that stuff has been going on for a long time,
Yes.
way before Christ. Maybe I guess Moses' time. I guess he knew about it. Well, it had to be during his time a little bit too. They knew about that stuff
Yes.
because it made it all the way into Egypt.
See, it goes back to like he said about the Nimrod thing, and the black. All these religions were established. They're already going on.
Mm-hmm.
This guy just took the one, like I said, whoever's on top, their religion is on top. So that's how he conquered with that.
Mm.
That's exactly right.
That's just like how Islam got all over the place. When Islam, when the Muslims had the baddest army, when they were running around with, cutting everybody's heads off, they were the baddest army.
Burn them down.
Mm-hmm.
So now you had go ahead.
I did, but something that's coming, I'm thinking about, Nimrod at the time of battle, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so that means Nimrod, Shem's lineage and Japheth, were they all there together?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but then when the Lord came down and split their languages where they couldn't understand each other, is that when they separated and went their separate ways?
Yeah.
And took
Yeah.
all these religions with them.
Because he was so powerful. Because here's the scripture, the first one to mention Chris and Nimrod was right here. This is Genesis 10, verse 8 and 9, where they talked about him. You know, the lineage and stuff like that? Or well, not lineage, but they're just talking. Cush, which you just referred to, Elder, and Cush begat Nimrod.
Right.
And he began to be a mighty one. See, that's powerful in itself. Mighty one on earth.
Yeah, that's what you gotta understand. It's a difference.
That's deep. Because even with Christ, you know, one of the things was said that they will not break any bones in his body.
Look at
And
Paul.
I wonder if that was a part that said, look, no separate. Y'all man did that to Nimrod, but with this one, God is
That's
making
the thought,
sure
right?
explicitly,
That's the thought.
you will not separate this body. You will not break the bones of this body. You know what I mean? There had to be a significance for that because they actually cut the bodies of people they were afraid
Yeah.
were coming back. And God made sure that that wasn't going to happen to Jesus.
So
Just a thought.
he said the regenerative power of the Holy Spirit is the spirit that gives life to the body of flesh. Right?
Yeah.
We see
Woo.
how the Spirit of God can actually re-enter into a vessel because of the living.
You fixing the stuff up?
Dead.
Are you in bed? Okay.
So
Deep
this-
ain't right.
well, alignment is submission.
Yeah.
Alignment is submission. I think submission is like, man, we have to submit because if we don't, what are you gonna do with
Wait,
it?
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
destroy it.
Yeah, that's why he was talking about the fact is, you know, where he said, my people were destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because we reject knowledge is what he's really talking about.
Yeah.
And here's the fact is, Chris, that people knew the sunrise service was a pagan holiday, was representing worshiping the sun, and yet they let it perpetuate even up to this day.
Yes.
Control.
Because I
Body.
want to control you and I want to keep you off.
Yeah, but here's the difference between control and putting people at risk of God's wrath.
As long as you giving me money,
That's all that matters.
as long as you follow me, and I'm on this earth, because get like this here. Where was it? He began to be a mighty one on the earth. That's all they worry about right now. This is all about what's happening on this little ball.
Mm-hmm.
This has nothing to do with your spirituality, getting to heaven or nothing. This
On earth.
You know the funny
It don't
part
matter
about
what's going on. It's on earth.
and that's what they care
it,
about.
because the scripture said that the carnal mind is not subject to the things of God. You can't because they're spiritually discerned. So
Yeah.
before being born again, what realities are there other than ones we experience in the earth?
But when I'm just saying, y'all, like I said, I understand that. Well, I agree with what I'm saying about on earth, but I'm saying is because you know that there's a continuation after that. Why would you even try to suggest that and continue to perpetuate that every year? Because this goes all the way back to Genesis of a worshiping. And it's survived all the way up to this time.
I think because, like now, a lot of people
Woo.
don't believe it. They really don't believe it. It's
They don't believe it.
Even though they say that they practice it. I mean, you gotta see that Christianity is supposedly, United States of America is a Christian nation. But look at the practices that's in place. I mean, even from the leaders of our nation, there's no fear of God. If there was fear of God, then we wouldn't lie like we do. I mean, we wouldn't perpetrate the things that we do if we really fear God. The ones who conquered the country were Christians. But there's nothing in Christianity or propagating the gospel that lines up with the message that they use to propagate it in the United States of America. They slaughtered these guys. That wasn't Christ. I mean, if you want to use Judeo principles, like I said, you duplicated what happened in Canada.
Right.
But they definitely didn't duplicate what Christ did.
Right.
So it wasn't propagated as a Christian nation. They lied.
But
They used gospel to literally usurp.
well, let's go back to the wizard Ezekiel, right? Because the fact is that they turned their back and worshiped the sun at the house of the Lord. So when you say something, you're not talking about Christianity. You're talking about mankind.
Period. Yeah.
Where they're like, well, he ain't gonna do nothing.
But
And he does do something. I mean, but the history shows that you keep playing, and then sooner or later it's going to show up what he's going to do.
the consistency
I put
of
the
it, I
bottle of water
think,
there.
is that man is at enmity with God. The spirit of man is at enmity with God. Whether it be Old Testament or
Yes,
New
sir.
Testament,
Uh-huh.
we ain't never going to do what God tells us to do. In the Old Testament, he said, kill off your enemies, they let them live.
Indeed.
In the New Testament, he said, love your enemies, we kill them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
We try
mankind just will not line up with God.
And the thing about it, one is a spiritual reckoning and one is a physical reckoning. When most of these aggressive religions started, to include even the man in Babylon, they try to put fear of God through man, opposed to how God can do it. Because with the plagues and everything. Because I don't need. Matter of fact, the plagues in Egypt. Cause I ain't using none of these people.
Yep.
I ain't using no man. You know what I mean? I don't need swords and shields of man to do what I want done. I bring my own plagues, huh? I use my own nature to deal with y'all. I just want to throw that at you. But man will try to use themselves as a tool or instrument of God. I'm going to stone you. I'm going to crucify you. Trying to put the fear of God in man through man.
That's what
And
Pilate
God is
said,
saying
right?
this. God said, I don't need y'all.
Pilate said
I
that.
don't need you to do that for me. That boy that said he killed somebody this week. He drove a car in the crowd of Muslims.
Yep.
Or even the joker that killed the people and the Jews in the synagogue. Like they're doing it for the will of God.
Exactly. They know all they're doing the will because they want to.
They do it, yeah.
Just
And-
this cost,
Yeah, because he made them out.
But the humans the ones that
We the ones that we got jacked up.
Yeah.
We got jacked up, and the thing about this study today, because we have to come next Easter next time, where we talk about don't go Easter, go Passover. it's a fact of understanding. I think we just need to continue to make sure we understand truth.
Mhm.
That's the whole point.
Mhm.
And ask why we want to do something that is so embedded in us. That word is embedded. You know, I have people saying Happy Easter
Mhm.
all the time.
Look, the one that we just got finished reading something where in the house of the Lord. You gonna be in this house and do that? Man, I know in my dad's house, even when after he was
What the
dead,
number
man,
is?
I had reverence for his place. When I
Is it-
touched
is
his
it
stuff,
number
man, I had reverence for his stuff.
He called my number.
And knowing that if I did something, that if he was alive, that I would do something to his, I wouldn't. So for people to still do that, you see them getting at?
Oh
You know,
yeah.
that says something about this thing in us that is sin. That yeah, it is beyond understanding, and it's easy for us, for me. Okay, I can't say y'all, but it's easy for me to yeah. And then God always tells me, okay, you think so? And I remember the one time I even said, man, it's easy to walk according to the word of God. Man, and folks looked up at me and I didn't realize, you know, I think it wasn't really them looking at me. I mean, it was them, but I think it was that spirit in them that was looking back at me saying, okay,
Yeah.
you don't have no clue what you said about what you about to go through. Oh man, shoot.
That gave me a greater
Can you hear me?
appreciation for Jesus. Because this man went through something.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? This was not a joke.
That's
And I
Bob.
think he let us taste it, a little bit of it, so we don't downplay his sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Exactly.
going to go through a little bit of pain, you're going to go through a little bit of something, but his is so magnified beyond what we experience that we can't even begin to imagine surviving that toil. We wouldn't have done it.
I don't think so. I
I know.
agree.
It wasn't in us to do
Can,
it.
can you
It
hear
was
it, Bobby?
impossible for us to do it.
Word.
Impossible.
Okay.
Impossible.
Okay.
So,
You want to say something?
No, I'm trying to hear him out.
Okay, you just want to hear. Okay, keep going.
So,
All right, go ahead.
so I think, I mean, you have to at some point begin to appreciate the Lord allowing us to go through the trials that we go through.
Yeah.
So we can just identify with the suffering that He went through in order to restore us back to the proper place.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that McCants constantly talks about, having on the board and everything, they're renewing the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that we do, which is really weird, every action that we take at this point is connected to another action.
Mm-hmm.
Every deed, fasting is connected to me to food. Smoking cigarettes is connected to food. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so now we've learned the truth. But how many microbes are in place? How many strongholds are
So
there?
many, yeah.
Yeah,
How many
so it's-
twists in this?
You know, every
It's
time
twisted.
this happened, I'm going that way.
Mm-hmm.
And this happened, I'm going that way. It don't make no difference. It's like, so I gotta go through this scenario over and over and over again. Every time my nose starts, well, I can't breathe. So what happens? I can't breathe.
Uh-huh.
I don't go to by His stripes I'm healed. And if I do go to it, I gotta go to it so many times in so many different circumstances, situations that I begin to believe it. It's a truth, but I still gotta embrace it because I have lived this alternate truth. I can't even call it a lie. Because some things in
The Matrix.
really.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Matrix.
Was there not a truth in and of itself?
Mm-hmm.
Are we not experiencing this
Wow.
similarly so?
We talked last week about the Matrix, and Bishop said that that's probably the most realistic
Portrayal of
portrayal.
Of
Yeah.
what we're going
what
through.
we going through.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you know, in Matrix, remember that they were living in a reality, but it was not the true reality. And remember they offered the pill, the blue pill, the red pill, and if you go back, if you stay with the blue pill, you stay with the fantasy of perception of how your life is. But in reality, you're sitting in some kind of tube
Mm-hmm.
being used as energy cells, wasting away until you die.
Do you remember the part where the guy sitting there when he said, okay, you know, I know it's another world out there,
Yes.
but give me this steak. Let me stay right here where I'm at because I'm comfortable. Let me eat my steak, and I know, and then I'm still stuck in here and I'm laid out. But as long as I can eat this steak, I'm fine. And that's where we all sitting there, like, right here on this earth. That's where we at now, in our little comfort bubble, eating this steak, and we just fine. That's why we color the Easter egg. That's why we don't want to buck the groove. Just stay in your groove. And that's why all them preachers gonna go, yeah, we know it's wrong, but society said we gotta do this, so let's make it
It's for the
a
kids.
kids event.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We're not doing it for a religious celebration, but we're gonna go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just incorporate something else in it, and you just sitting here,
Mm-hmm.
you eat your little bowl, you fine.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really affecting me, or so you think.
Right, right.
Wow.
You said something last week that stuck in my mind, because I never identified it. It says supernatural. The supernatural aspect of our existence. We're born carnal beings. We're born again spiritual beings.
Mm-hmm.
And the cardinal manifestation is superseded by the spiritual when we can get to it. But what we try to do is live it a glorified or amplified cardinal existence. We want to be better cardinal men. So we apply spiritual principles to make us better cardinal men.
Mm-hmm.
But spiritual principles don't work in the cardinal realm. Neither do cardinal principles work in the spiritual realm. We literally evolve. And I think that's the thing that we don't embrace, that we evolved into another creature. When he said, you are a new creation, old things have passed away, all things have become new,
Right.
he wasn't joking. It was new, but the mentality is still there, the mind is still there,
Right.
and we have to undo or relearn or erase the hard drive or write over the hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Because the hard drive never erased.
Yeah, but
You just write over it.
You know what I want to throw in there is, this is very interesting, and this is based on Hitler. And then I want to talk about these events.
Okay.
Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, Easter.
Mm-hmm.
The first reference of keeping it going is for the children.
Yes.
And what did Hitler say?
Yeah, you get your children, you got them all.
Right.
That's it.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Got him.
That's
That's
it.
right. Lie to the youth. Talk about Santa Claus.
Hitler saying, just give me, give me the kids.
I got you.
Let me check. I want to educate them. I want to indoctrinate them, because those are the people that will change our society.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the first thing comes to my mind, they talk about Easter, when they talk about Halloween, they talk about Christmas, it's all focused on satisfying the children. Oh, it's an innocent thing, because we just really just trying to give, it's a nice to dress up in nice little clean clothes and go out there. They put little colors on that. See, they're not putting blood on their eggs. They putting,
Yeah.
And then the only one that didn't fit in there was the sunrise service. That's the one that's like, okay, what excuse for that one? The sunrise service. That ain't no kid thing. 'Cause most kids be like, well, I'm sleeping.
Exactly.
I don't know. That's the only one that's the one that
But that's for you. That's for the adults. That's for the adults.
And the adults will make sure that they indoctrinate the children
Yeah.
to do the worshiping of the sun, even though they don't know they're worshiping the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're sitting there saying Christ is rising,
Mm-hmm.
and he already rose.
Trust me, the adult events are in there. They in there.
So the Lord not modifying His truth to accommodate our ignorance or
He's
our
not.
willingness to gain, our willingness to, what's the word, not know.
Yeah.
He said, my people perish for lack of knowledge, but they rejected it. They rejected knowledge. So if we don't want to know it, He's not going to come and say, okay, well, they don't want to know it, so I'm not going to make it real.
Yeah.
He's still getting this point.
Yeah.
So we're not living up to the potential that we have because we have embraced the lie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this little setting and stuff like this is actually beginning to unveil the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we can begin to walk in it. But I still think in my own mind, they told me about Santa Claus. I embraced that lie. I built lies to support that lie. We didn't even have a chimney. Somehow I had to come down through the little story pipe. We made it work. We made that lie work. In our own mind.
We had a key.
Yeah.
And he flew to a slave, and we knew it was true. And they lied and said he spit snuff in your eye, and you'd be blind forever if you woke up and saw it. So we got all these lies to reinforce the lie. So I'm saying that once my mind wraps around a lie, my mind was beginning to, like, tentacles grow, other ways to support this lie.
Right.
And that lie is undermining the truth of Christ. So how am I going to receive healing if I don't embrace Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and all these other lies? There's a fight going on right there for me to embrace a truth. What is the truth? Is the mind?
If you lie to me on this, you lie to everything.
How you preaching?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So I drop a lie in when you're a youth, when you're a kid. Then I tell you about Jesus later on. I tell you about laying on the hands and healing folk. You lying. You lied about Santa Claus. You lied about the Easter bunny. You lied about the fairy, the tooth fairy. You done lied about Coke.
Wow. Wow, I didn't even see where you was going till just now.
Look at that.
So why is that the truth?
Exactly.
You the same person telling you about Jesus is the same person telling you about the Easter bunny.
Yep.
Wow.
And so, and so now I'm like, oh, what the heck? What is true? What is a
significant
lie?
emotional events for you in your lifetime, and when you find out it ain't no
Ain't
Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
And that same person that told you that lie gonna tell you about some Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Mama, you lying. I can't say, Mama, you're lying, because the truth is you knock my teeth out. But that is the truth. But
Wow.
the same person that told me about the Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy was the same person that started talking to me about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
My mind ain't receiving that.
Now that's a play.
Mm.
That's a good play.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and
Wow.
those kids
Yes, sir.
remember that, don't they? They do remember.
And that's why I
Even
never told my kids to
subconsciously
buy
they
no
do.
dang Santa Claus.
And don't get the other piece though. Y'all want to throw this other piece in there, Chris? Is let's say you do talk about Jesus while you, well, we do. They have Sunday school,
Yeah,
all that stuff, right? But you act one way in the church building,
Yeah.
and then but you go home, and I see a whole new different personality.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So this can't be real because you ain't holding up to the
Exactly.
standard you tell
fake,
me.
yeah, you faking the funk in
You
the church.
faking it.
Mhm.
But I'm still trying to figure out how you got up on the third day when it don't count. She
Yeah, they don't add
Oh
up.
yeah, they remember
It don't
Good
add up.
Friday and all that other
You
stuff.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even those little lies that we told in the church that we thought was true, you know.
And the Bible is very clear. He said the high Sabbath, which was the Passover,
Yes, sir.
he was killed before. He was killed on the day of the day preparation day, which is what the lamb was done. The lamb was killed the preparation day, and then the Passover started that day, that night, and they were eating their food and all that stuff. They had to eat the lamb. They said if you didn't eat, you might you had to burn it or something, right?
Yeah, you
You
gotta
had
burn
to-
it and throw the ashes.
yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't take it out.
Yep.
You couldn't take it out. And so he was killed on Wednesday, sunset, because he had to be off the cross before sunset. Because they said Sabbath's getting ready to start. We don't want to mess our body. We'll be clean. So he was killed around about 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And they did the oil and the ointment and stuff they put on, and then they put them in a tube real quick. Because they said the tomb was real nearby.
Yep.
And they put a little thing on top of it, and sealed it up, and the Romans had to guard it because the Jews were
We couldn't do it.
they couldn't do it. Sabbath day. It was a high Sabbath. They had to, and then you went Thursday sunset, Friday sunset, Saturday sunset. That's when he got up.
Well, I can honestly say, if you start preaching against Easter, my prayers are with you.
See,
Because you
saying
put
what
in the
that-
profit
that's what I was
market.
about to- that's
You
what I was
couldn't
about to
put aside
say.
profit
You got
market
that's
now.
some radical stuff. You know.
Yes,
He
sir.
just said, but you know
That
what?
ain't radical.
So you
It's
said
the
you
truth.
wrote set the truth.
Yeah, but you know, that's radical.
Sunset to sunset.
Radical.
See right there, put a date up there?
This word is
That's
not.
how Jewish calendar looks
Yeah.
at. From sunset to sunset. That gives them a full night, full day,
But
full
you
night.
for 24
full day.
hours. It's
Yes,
not
sir.
a full night.
It's a full, well,
Well,
so
yeah.
he said 3 days and 3 nights.
Mhm.
So full night, 12, 12, 12 to 12. You know what I mean? So he had to do a full day and full night.
24 hours.
Yes, sir.
24 hours, 24 hours.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got you. That.
Yes, sir. And they're based on the sunset. sunset went down.
In the evening in the morning for the
Yeah.
first day.
Yeah.
In the evening in the morning for the second day.
So he was up walking around. Or he probably went up to heaven or whatever he did that night,
Kicked it
that
for a
Saturday
little
night.
while.
Yeah. All I know is they couldn't find him.
Yep.
He went in that tomb, and they looked for him. But it wasn't because they looked for him early in the morning for sunrise.
Amen. All right, let us pray, gentlemen. Are we about to do communion service here, brother? So I got another church service to attend.